Hello everybody, welcome to Death Storm. My name is Des. Doing another anime review today. We're going to do the Kill la Kill review. This is an anime that was directed by Hiroyuki Imaishi, and the head writer on it was Kazuki Nakashima, and it was the very first production of an anime studio called Trigger. So, let me just read you the synopsis here that I got off of myanimelist.com. After the murder of her father, Ryuko Matoi has been wandering the land in search of his killer, following her only lead, if I could ever speak today, the missing half of his invention, the scissor blades. He arrives at the prestigious Honnonji Academy, a high school unlike any other. The academy is ruled by the imposing and cold-hearted student council president Satsuki Kiroyuing, alongside her powerful underlings, the Elite Four. In the school's brutally competitive hierarchy, Satsuki bestows upon those at the top special clothes called Goku uniforms, which grant the wearer unique superhuman abilities. Thoroughly beaten in a fight against one of the students in uniform, Ryuko retreats to her raised home, like it's all in ruins and burned down, where she stumbles across Senketsu, a rare sentient kamui, or god clothes. After coming into contact with Ryuko's blood, Senketsu awakens, latching onto her and providing her with immense power. Now armed with Senketsu and the Scissor Blade, Ryuko makes a stand against the Elite Four, hoping to reach Satsuki and uncover the culprit behind her father's murder once and for all. So we're just going to go through kind of the good and bads of this anime, and just kind of see what they are. So it's actually really interesting. So I wouldn't say this is a good or a bad, but it's definitely something that you should know going into this. This is a different anime. It is not your kind of run-of-the-mill kind of anime. It is definitely different. Like, clothes give you power. They are made of these things called life fibers, and these life fibers are able to feed on your blood, and they're able to transform and to give you certain kind of powers. And obviously these kind of powers kind of like relate to your personality. In fact, they actually believe that your blood type actually has something to do with your personality in Japan. So that's actually really interesting. But this is a different anime. Like, you're definitely not gonna see any other anime like this on the planet Earth. It also can one bad thing that I thought, it can be a little bit overtly sexual. It's just not my thing. It's just not my thing to do. I don't really, particularly want that in my anime. I kind of just enjoy all the fights and the blood and all the violence and all that good stuff. So really not my thing whenever it gets all racy and whatnot. There's kind of multiple encounters. So the anime only has a certain number of characters, and they don't particularly flesh those characters out too well, but I'll get to those in a minute. But obviously all anime have fights and they have encounters and everything, and two people will fight, and then one of them will run away. They'll get upgraded clothes, kind of like an upgraded suit of armor, and then they'll come back, lose again, get another upgrade, come back, fight, lose, get an upgrade, and it's kind of like they're just fighting the same cycle of people over and over and over and over again. So it can be one bad thing. All the characters are kind of one note. They don't have very many characters in the show. This is not a Game of Thrones kind of anime where it's going to just absolutely bombard you with characters and you're not going to know who people are. But the characters that they do have are pretty much one note. There are revelations that come around, that come about. There are things that the characters find out, that are kind of behind the scenes, but they always kind of act the same. They always kind of act the same throughout the series, and just through every episode, they pretty much are going to do the exact same thing. It can be a good, and it's, mostly a bad thing in my opinion. They're just one note, and they have a very, very, very small arc to their characters. Pacing and plot holes. So this is an incredibly fast anime. I actually put this on the good thing as well, but it can be a bad thing. It can be very, very fast. The fights are fast. The dialogue is fast. Just very extremely fast pacing, and maybe sometimes it might be a little hard to what in the holy heck is going on right now. Like, I know that these two people are fighting with a whole bunch of colors, and there's a whole bunch of just stuff on my screen right now, and I have absolutely no idea. And these people are wearing clothes that apparently make them powerful. I mean, it can be a little bit pacing. Also, with the plot hole, sometimes they do things because it looks cool. I guess they kind of take One Punch Man kind of takes a note out of this anime's book whenever it comes to those kind of things. They just do things because it looks cool, and just like kind of, sometimes all the bad things. Sometimes that's good, but sometimes not so much. Do not bring your brain to this anime. Like don't expect for this to be a mind-blowing experience that you're never ever, like you're gonna, oh man, it's gonna change my life. It is a great anime. It is an amazing anime, but it's not gonna challenge you mentally, I guess. So on to the good stuff. That's 5 bad. So let's do 5 good ones. The one really amazing thing that pops out from the very, very first episode, even from the very, very first opening credit, is that this anime style is amazing. Like, you have animes like Cowboy Bebop. It has a very, very unique kind of style. It's very, very gritty, and it's very, very raw, and it's very just kind of in your face. And this anime is definitely like this. Like, the production company Trigger definitely had an idea in mind whenever they made Kill la Kill. It has some really good humor in it. It has some really funny parts. Like, it can be kind of overtly sexual, and it can make some funny, sexy jokes. But if they leave that alone, if they just kind of set that aside, it's actually a really funny anime, and it's actually has some very, very, very funny parts. It has some great animation. Like I said, all the fights are very fast, and it's very, very flashy. Kind of JoJo's Bizarre meets One Punch Man. I mean, it is kind of like that. I mean, you kind of, be kind of hard to wrap your brain around that. But I mean, that's kind of what it is. There's colors. There's big fights, big, humongous. I'm gonna fight 1,000 people, and as the series goes on, the fights just get bigger because, like I said, whenever someone gets defeated, someone gets an upgrade, someone comes back, and it just kind of makes the fights better as it goes along. Kind of the absolute best thing about this anime, in my opinion, is that it is an absolute one-of-a-kind gem. You are not gonna find another anime like this anywhere else in the world. If you guys are like, man, I'm just so tired of, all the anime are the same. I'm so tired of, everything's like Naruto or like Dragon Ball Z, or everything's like, My Hero Academia. This one is definitely a huge, just amazing breath of fresh air. If you are getting tired of the current anime that you're watching. And one thing that I really, really like, this anime does not hold back. However much blood we can show, however much nudity, like they don't actually show nudity, but however much skin that we can show, however much, kind of raunchy, over the top kind of behavior that we can do, we're going to go ahead and do it. Like, they kind of committed that from day one, and they are very, very consistent throughout the entire series of keeping that up. So, this is kind of the longest video I've ever made. I want to thank you guys for watching it, and if you guys haven't already, please subscribe, hit the like button, and we'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much.